Now, a professor from Devon is researching the causes of sudden unexplained death in childhood. It usually occurs in children aged between 1 and 5 and is estimated to claim the lives of up to 2 children every fortnight.
Well, families who've lost a child suddenly without medical explanation have been calling for more awareness of the tragedy. Amrit Birdie has been speaking to some of those who've been affected.
In May 2019, 3-year-old Frankie Grogan was put to bed by his mum as usual. The next morning, he was found unresponsive. Despite efforts to save him, he had died without explanation in his sleep.
No parent should put their child to bed, and their child not wake up in the morning. It's going to be a lifelong journey of, trying to come to terms with the fact that he's not here anymore, and to be sort of thrown into this world, in such a shocking way. It's taken, a long time, and it will probably take forever. We'll miss him forever.
Sarah is now mum to 5-month-old Gracie, and she's determined to share Frankie's story to help other families.
With the awareness becomes raising the money, and then the research can take place, and with the research, hopefully in time, it won't exist, but obviously it's too late for Frankie, but hopefully, people hearing Frankie's story will help him to have a positive impact on the future.
Sudden unexplained death in childhood affects children over the age of 1. It's not as well known as sudden infant death syndrome, also known as SIDS, which affects babies up to 12 months old. Professor Peter Fleming is a paediatrician and leading academic on SUDC from Devon.
We know that putting the baby on the front for young babies increases the risk of that baby dying as a cot death by about 10-fold. Exposure to tobacco smoke makes a huge difference, about, again, a 4 or 5 times increased risk by exposure to tobacco smoke. Neither of those factors are of any importance at all in sudden unexpected and unexplained death in childhood.
The number of deaths caused by SIDS has dropped significantly after decades of research into it. However, SUDC was only recognised as a category of death a few years ago. This, among other reasons, makes research into it difficult.
I think it's important to know that SUDC is really a category of deaths that elude our understanding scientifically. And it's probably a heterogeneous group, meaning the underlying causes to the children's deaths are probably not all of the same. We're probably dealing with a group of different entities. And so that's one of the real major challenges with researching SUDC.
Nikki Speed co-founded charity SUDC UK after losing her daughter Rosie in 2013.
There is such potential if we begin to talk about these deaths and learn from them and appropriately fund research. There is such potential to save lives. For anybody that has been affected by the sudden death of a child, we want them to know they are not alone. We are here in support, and we also want them to know that we have hope for the future.
Until the risk factors and underlying causes of SUDC are discovered, parents affected by this tragedy say they will live their lives trying to explain the unexplainable. Amrit Birdie, ITV News.